good friend of mine who built this truck. I have a story for you. So this here is a four-wheel drive, 1974, I think. 1974 F-250, four-wheel drive. It started life as a 1970-something two-wheel drive F-250. And some poor soul parked their four-wheel drive F-250 in the harbor over winter, and they left Cordova and they went elsewhere. Well, they come back in the spring to go fishing or whatever, and they fire up their truck and they go for a drive, and all of a sudden their truck is a two-wheel drive F-250 because redacted redacted because Fred pulled his truck alongside, unbolted the bodies, and swapped them. He fucking stole someone's four-wheel drive. Greatest thief this world has ever known. To prove that, I have another story, or Fred story. Not redacted. You can't.
What's this one? Gardner Denver.
That's an air compressor.
Damn.
Really? In it. I think it's got a 671 Detroit. Oh no, that's not a 671. Yeah, it might be a 671. Look a little smaller over there.
What's the
It's a Chevelle. It was just rotted out. Like the axle on the stern or on the rear is just kind of coming undone. Pretty good. That's a 327. It's got a 353 Detroit. It's got an 892 Detroit diesel. This is the old fuel truck. Chevrolet. It's got a 454 in it. The old 67 flatbed. The old 78, I think, flatbed there. Those two were running when I was a kid, but they're not so much anymore. That thing, I have no idea where it came from, but it's cool. This is my great-grandfather's first dump truck. That was the name of his business. That's the name of my business. Fred. Got another Fred story. So, he's driving around town, you know, scouting for shit to steal. And he sees this truck in the harbor week after week with a brand new set of tires on it. And he's looking at it. He's like, okay, those are my size. I need some new rubbers on my truck. I'll give it some time. Truck never moves. So he goes down to the harbor one night, and he fucking parks across the street from this truck, and there's a kid, a high school kid, already jacked the truck up and is unbolting the tires, and so just sits there in his truck, and the kid gets all the tires and wheels unbolted, and he's starting to pack up. Fuck. And he, you know, he gets his jacks out or whatever. He's going along, gets ready to load up them tires and wheels. Steps out his truck, goes around, yells, "Hey, what are you doing with my truck?" And the kid fucking bolts and then grabs up all the fucking tires and wheels and leaves.
Fred.
Fred. And then Fred grabs up all the tires and wheels and leaves. just for plugging a drill hole. I actually had a Photoshop artist here locally. I took a picture of that and they redid it. And they got rid of all the cracks and they made it white again and black again, not faded. And I ordered a bunch of stickers.
That's awesome.
He ran it till the boom fucking broke. And so he bought a Drop 70. It was no good, but it had a good boom. So he put the Drop 70 boom on it, which is bigger. And then he ran that till it fucking fell apart, as you can see. If you go in the cab, there's a light with a little chrome bezel that says retarder. I think it's a 1967 Terex, T-E-R-E-X 8240 bulldozer. It's made by General Motors. This some bitch has put a lot of hard work in Cordova. You'd be better to ask Travis about that shit. But yeah, he built a lot of the roads, well, the two roads that we drive on today. One of them's the highway and one of them goes to Orca. Might even be called the highway. But this thing still runs. I could probably fire it up right now. I'm not going to. But it still drives around and shit. We just don't use it because it's an old hunk of junk. Yeah, one day I want this to be somewhere I can walk without tripping over 15 cars and the top of a truck. That's the roof. But unlike most excavators, you run this thing mostly with your feet. You know, you got your normal crawl, left and right, with the foot pedals here. And then you got your swing, or your pivot, on the house with this foot pedal. And I'm pretty sure this foot pedal is your main boom. And then one of them levers is your stick. And one of them levers is your bucket. Look at that fucking bucket. That's all hand brazed. That didn't come from a factory. No, they wore this bucket through so bad, they pulled the bucket into the shop, and somebody sat here with an oxyacetylene torch and fucking brazed a lattice all up in the bucket. What? And then they wore through it again. I mean, you can put your hand in there. Ridiculous. And then I got this sink here too. Here's the old processing lines from one of the canneries. Used to be a conveyor belt that the fish would run down. Something my great-grandfather picked up. It's a retort. A big steel tube. It's like riveted together. It's what they used to cook, pressure cook salmon cans in. We run them in there on a line and they shut the door shut and then they pressure cook them. You start a fire under it or something. Excuse me, a lot of the traction bars on here have been welded back together. A lot of the plates are broken. I cut some of these off a few years ago and I made a bit of an art piece with some of the old plates.
Dude, I feel like you have so many pieces of Cordova through time here. This is like
so much fucking junk. Dude, you should step into my pipeline shaft. Watch yourself. Basically, the city of Cordova raised my great-grandfather's property taxes because he wouldn't sell the city his shop. So they raised the property taxes till he couldn't afford it, and he sold it to them, and he had to get everything out of the shop. So a lot of it went in here. There's some shipping containers over there that are just fucking stuffed to the brim. There's auto parts, plumbing, you know, general contracting bullshit from many years ago. It's kind of cool. I'm gonna see some big old one of those 8Ds from probably early 2000s. I don't know. They're not that old.